Hello, welcome to Words Reading with Owls. I've got two wonderful books for you this month. The first is by Anna Kemp, and this book is called Fantastic Frankie and the Brain Drain Machine. And the second, a great contrast but equally wonderful, is by the fantastic writer Graham Marks, and this is Mean Streets, the Chicago Caper. First of all, the Fantastic Frankie and the Brain Drain Machine. F for Frankie, F for failure. Poor old Frankie, he's not very good at lots of things at school. Well, according to his parents, he never seems to be able to live up to their expectations. From the beginning of the book, I'm going to read a little bit. Frankie Blewett would have done anything to make his parents proud, but Mr. and Mrs. Blewett were impossible to please. If he got a silver star for his school project, Mr. Blewett wouldn't pat him on the back and say, "Well done." He would just shout, "Silver, cheap and nasty, where's the gold?" Or, if he won the dressing up race on sports day, Mrs. Blewett wouldn't ruffle his hair with pride. Instead she would say, "Ugh, Frankie, what are you wearing? Get in the car now." The truth is, Frankie Blewett could have walked on water, and his parents would have demanded to know why he couldn't tap dance on it as well. So when, one soggy December afternoon, Frankie Blewett saw the postman delivering his school report, he climbed into his wardrobe and shut the door. Well, you can imagine what the report is going to be like, certainly not up to his parents' expectations. So Mr. and Mrs. Blewett decide to send Frankie to boarding school. At first, Frankie is rather relieved. He thinks this could be rather good to get away from his dreadful parents. But when he gets to the school and he finds out more about the awful headmaster and his brain drain machine, he begins to wonder if he's ever going to escape in one piece. However, Frankie does have a rather crazy French nanny, Alphonsine, who's great fun. And she has a fun dog as well. So perhaps they will be able to help Frankie in his predicament. The second book, Mean Streets, the Chicago Caper, as I say, by the wonderful writer Graham Marks. His adventures are really real page-turners, absolutely wonderful. I'm going to read from near the beginning, where Trey, who is our young hero, he is now staying with his grandparents near Chicago. We're just going to read a little bit here. Trey got back on Biscuit, whistled for the dogs and set off back towards the ranch house, just a short ride away. He'd been down at the Circle M, Graps's spread just outside Kansas, for almost a month now, and there was no doubt that life on the ranch was about as far from the day-to-day to and fro of Chicago as it was possible to get. And none the worse for that, he reckoned, as he rounded a bend in the road and saw a very unusual sight. For the time of day and this neck of the woods, as his Gramps would say. Some 100 yards or so up ahead, a very classy white automobile had stopped. It looked like it'd been jacked up, and someone who'd taken their jacket off and rolled up their sleeves was kneeling down by one of the rear wheels. The other side of the dirt road, 3 men in sharp pinstriped suits and slicked back hair were smoking cigarettes and seemingly in deep discussion. Now, Trey might not have realised quite at this moment that his adventure was actually going to begin now, but it certainly does. He takes some holiday photographs, and he can't think at that time that they're going to cause the rumpus that they actually do. Soon Trey finds himself caught up in this very frightening and dangerous adventure, but also very exciting, because of course what he really wants to be when he grows up is a detective. It is a wonderful book, really is fantastic. I can't recommend it highly enough. Beautiful writing, great fun for boys and girls alike. And I hope you will enjoy the activities that I've written especially for these books. And one last thing, both of these authors, Anna Kemp and Graham Marks, have taken part in Ed's interviews, so you can read more about the authors if you would like to from the website.